On October 14, 2017, an event occurred that would mark a milestone in history. A mysterious cosmic object stealthily approached our planet, without anyone having the slightest suspicion of its presence. 5 days later, as it was moving away from the solar system, this interstellar object was sighted by Robert, a leading astronomer at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, using the powerful Painstar's Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System. Since its discovery, this object has aroused amazement and perplexity due to its unique characteristics, an enigmatic orbit, a bewildering speed, and unusual properties. This enigmatic cosmic visitor was named Oumuamua, thus becoming the first known interstellar object to explore our solar system. But the point is, he left the solar system faster than he entered it, never to return. And this is where things get really interesting. As we tracked Oumuamua, we hoped, perhaps naively, that it would follow a hyperbolic orbit, as if the only force acting on it was gravitational. What we found, however, was that a perfectly hyperbolic normal orbit did not fit what we observed. It was as if there was an additional acceleration, as if something unobserved was pushing on it, in addition to the influence of gravity. Shaped like an elongated cigar, by the time it was sighted, it had already passed in front of our own sun, made a deft hairpin turn, and begun hurtling in another direction. The scientists looked at two things in particular. The first was its mysterious acceleration away from the sun, which was hard to reconcile with many ideas about what it might be made of. The second was its peculiar shape. By some estimates, it was 10 times as long as it was wide. Over the next few years, scientific journals and media headlines around the world were filled with speculation. Was it a solid block of hydrogen? Could it have been debris? An artificial construction made by an intelligent extraterrestrial civilization? Abby is back, and this time with a follow-up investigation into Oumuamua's visit in 2017. This time she suggests that not only are there aliens in our galaxy, but there are actually 4 quintillion alien craft hurtling through our system. Solar. To be fair, Abby isn't directly saying that Oumuamua was an alien spaceship itself, but she is saying that we should be open to that possibility. In light of that perspective, she's basically asking what reputable scientists would never deign to ask: how many possibles could there be in our solar system that go unnoticed? Harvard astronomers analyzed how many interstellar visitors we have detected. Using recent interstellar object detection rates and known capabilities, they estimated the density of similar objects in the solar neighborhood. According to the astronomers in the study, they have detected another 3 interstellar objects, which means 4 in 8 years. At that rate, they calculated that there could be as many as a staggering 40 quintillion interstellar objects in the entire solar system, including areas beyond the range of our instruments. That number comes down to the humblest of 4 quintillion and is limited to the range of the habitable zone near the Sun. This is potentially exciting, because if some of them are extraterrestrials, they would be easier to detect. Some of the theories push the boundaries, but they never fail to raise fascinating points. Even if most of the 4 quintillion interstellar objects turn out to be just chunks of space rock, which Abby admits are likely, that still leaves a bit of room for some of them to be alien spacecraft. But where are they? The first thing that comes to mind is the Kuiper Belt, a cold, dark, and distant space in the outer solar system. It is made up primarily of icy objects, dwarf planets, dust, and comets. More than 2,000 Kuiper Belt objects have been catalogued so far. Researchers believe these are only a small fraction of the total number of objects scientists believe to be there is out there. But one object that fascinated NASA in the Kuiper Belt is 15,810 around. A quick Google search will tell you that Haumea is a Kuiper Belt object, a large rock that orbits outside the orbit of Neptune. But it is a special rock.
In April 2016, NASA's New Horizons spacecraft arrived in the Kuiper Belt after capturing its first target, Pluto.
The probe directed its sight towards a large object with a strange trajectory. Yes, we're talking about 15,810 Around, named for the Celtic god of death, war, and the otherworld.
Now, why is it so special, you may ask?
Well, most Kuiper Belt objects are made of rock and ice, but Pharaoh doesn't move like any of the belt's catalogued objects.
This has made scientists wonder if it is made of something else entirely, something much stronger. How can something spin so fast and stay intact? The centrifugal force should have ripped it apart.
Scientists believe that Pharaoh's rapid spin is creating artificial gravity, and gravity would be the most vital thing needed for long interstellar travel. You can't have astronauts floating around the ship while traversing hundreds of years.
Light.
This caused the New Horizons ship to come closer to see the object, and this is where things get strange.
As the probe tried to take a closer look, suddenly all of its sensors went dark and transmissions were cut off.
It was like someone was watching in our presence, someone or something they didn't want us to know about them.
But just before contact was lost, NASA observed that Pharaoh was still spinning like a large spacecraft would.
Now you can tell that it could have been a glitch, but this is where things get crazier. Just as New Horizons walked away from Pharaoh, he suddenly came back to life as if nothing had happened in the first place. Now I leave it to you to guess what it was, but if it's an intelligent alien civilization, it makes all the sense in the world to stay away from Earth and watch us silently from the cold, dark space of the Kuiper Belt. And when the need for closer inspection arises, getting on a spaceship and camouflaging it to appear as mere space rock to the beings on the planet. Furthermore, Abby has also suggested in the past that it could be a piece of alien space junk, a missing sailing ship that has accidentally found its way to us. Or, it may be an active reconnaissance ship sent to inspect our solar system. Abby said, there are strong reasons to support this latter explanation.
First, the discovery of Oumuamua itself was something of an anomaly.
In our own solar system, not many similar objects have been recorded. Oumuamua's motion resembles to the average motion of matter in our region of the Milky Way,
known as the local pattern of rest.
This peculiarity has made it difficult to accurately identify its origin. If I were to create an artifact whose identity I wanted to keep secret, I would place it in the local resting pattern, Abby stated. Astronomers have used the Green Bank Telescope in West Virginia and the Allen Telescope Array in Northern California to listen for any possible signals coming from Oumuamua.
However, to date, the object has remained eerily silent. What do you think?
Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until next time.